Hello everyone, welcome back to Tea Time with Nick. I just wanted to do a quick video. I don't have any tea with me right now, just because I wanted to do a quick update. There's a lot going on. I just came back from Meknes, which is where I go for all my trainings. It's one of the bigger cities, one of the biggest cities in Morocco. And at this hubs, we got our final sites, which is where I'm going to be for the next 2 years. And I was very prepared to be in a place just like Ainle. I'm at my porch right now, and there's a nice sun there's a wall right next to me. It's right behind there, so the lighting is good here. Um, you can't see the sunset from here, but it is a beautiful view. And I'm gonna miss it here a lot. It's now just over like a week, less than 2 weeks now that I'll be here, because I'll be going to my new site, which is in Ouarzazate. That's the big reveal. Woo, Ouarzazate, which probably doesn't mean anything to you, but if you know about Morocco, you'll know that it's actually a huge place. It's not what I was prepared for. I live about 4,000 people. Ouarzazate is about 70,000 people. Um, it is very much farther south. I've got a map pulled up here. So yeah, this is a low-tech way to do this. So there's Meknes, where I have all my trainings. Ainle is right around this area right where my thumb is, or by thumb I mean pointer finger, right under that. And that green part, it's nice and green here. You can see the trees in the background. And it's pretty chilly. So there is Marrakesh for Indonesia. And that is Ouarzazate, which is, if you're noticing, a very red part of this map. It's hot. It gets very hot down there. Marrakesh is also known for its heat, but Ouarzazate as well, and it's pretty dry. But what I'm realizing is that a lot of the sites, in places by human nature in general, people build on water sources. So even the sites in the south where it is generally dry, most of the towns are built along, the oases, the river valleys and whatnot. So that is the same case for Ouarzazate. There's a river running through it, and it is best known probably for being the reason I'm looking down right now is because I'm trying to pull it up on my phone, is that it is one of the places where Game of Thrones has been shot. Um, I wish I was a bigger Game of Thrones fan. I like the show a lot. That's not to say anything against it. I haven't really watched all that much of it. But maybe I will do more of that while I'm here. Um, but yeah, let me see if I can pull up. So the pictures I'm looking up are just where that. I'm not sure if it'll pull up Game of Thrones right away. But it's known for, it's known for the Casbahs, these areas, which are beautiful. Really nice. The South is known for this sort of architecture called the one song, "Rock the Casbah." That's a Casbah. These are Casbahs. Is like this style of castle essentially. So there's just some really beautiful. Sorry, let me make it bigger. Some really beautiful sites. You see in this picture that there's the mountains in the background. It is right south of the High Atlas Mountains, which are snow capped. For a lot of the year, I imagine they get to, I want to say the highest point is 14 or 15,000 feet. So it's quite, high and cold up there. And yet in the valley that Ouarzazate is in, it's very hot, and pretty dry, but really beautiful and really a great, a site where one would be capable of doing great things. But I want to go through some of the positives and negatives. I told my mom, and she was just over the moon about how I'm going to be in a big site and I'll have access to a lot of the comforts of home, which is great. It's not necessarily what I was looking for from Peace Corps service. I wanted to come back with a better perspective on what it means to live without all of these modern conveniences. And I'm going to be in a place that tourists go to to visit. But some of the cons are that it's so big, and that makes it really hard to integrate and to identify the needs of that community, and to to be effective in that way. My work is not cut out for me. Whereas if I go to a small site and I get a sense that, okay, people say that they need this, and that's something that keeps coming up, that's an easy place to start. That's way less cut and dry in a bigger place like Wise is that. It's around 70,000 people, so it's not the biggest Peace Corps site that you could be in. Um, but if you were to pull up a map of Morocco right now, you would see Wise is one of the ones like pinpointed on the map there, um, which is pretty cool. Um, like I said, there's all these sort of troubles that I have, or expectations that I had for a smaller site, and what that would mean for integrating, and um, how that would look, and now that all has to change. But there's lots of pros. I mean, there's a lot that comes with being in a site that has access to what I want access to. I'll have a regular grocery store, so that even if I don't have or don't go to my souk, I can, or like didn't go that week or whatever, I'll still go to the souk. The souk is the local market, by the way, the regular market, the weekly. Although there's, I think, souk every day in Ouarzazate. But I'll still have like one of the big grocery store chains. Um, I'll have a university, which is really cool thought, that I could go and maybe teach classes, or maybe audit some classes. I don't know how it works. If I could sit in and especially improve my French, use my French. That was a big part of my one of the things, and one of the reasons that I chose Morocco was because it's partly francophone, and I will be able to use French in my city. Now I'm again partly worried about that because um, you know I've been learning Darija, and I would like to learn Darija, and be good at it. And if I have French to rely on, it gives me sort of an out. But I mean, I've lived with my host brother who speaks English and French, and I'm still doing pretty well in the language, so we'll see how it goes. Um, there is there's a lot. There's a lot in Wise is that. So apart from the university, there's a woman that is actually from Syracuse, New York, originally. I was told that started an internet. What is it called? I have a form, all of my information here. It's like e-news. Wise is that? Wise is that e-news? That is there's got to be a word for it. A periodical, of sorts, that a lot of people that have been interested in journalism have come through and actually had successful careers in journalism, because of this. I don't know what you call it, a publishing house, or um, an editorial. I'm not sure. Not an editorial. Um, but that's pretty cool. That's a really cool opportunity. I've always been interested in writing. I'm doing this blog partly to refine those skills. So that's an exciting potential. If I put my hand up here, it gets lighter, doesn't it? No, I don't know. I just want. Never mind. Moving on. I think that you'll notice it though. That it was. Oh yeah. See, look at that. It gets a little bit lighter. Whatever. Um. Right. So. Apart from that, and there's at least one or a few things. Let me just look back through this. The university. I'm assigned to a dark shabab already, and actually wow, it's so dark now. What's going on? I guess we're losing light. See if I can. No, I'm not sure. Oh, you know what? It's really just my screen. I'm realizing now that's because I have low battery. Pardon me. Um, in any case, my host mom is the mudira, the principal of a women's center, and that's really cool. She's apparently very well known. She's worked with a lot of Peace Corps volunteers before. She helps them find their apartments. She knows the ins and outs. She's very good about like teaching language, so that's really awesome. And she's going to be the boss of another volunteer that also got assigned to Warzazat. So there's two of us, myself and another female volunteer, which is really cool. There's also two volunteers already serving there, or directly in that area, or like the surrounding suburbs. I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, so I'll have a nice support system. Oh, one of the other things that I wanted to mention is that it's a travel hub, right? So because it's a big site, it's going to be a lot of people passing through there, which is really exciting for me because I love to have visitors. So it's going to be a spot where people can come and hang out, and stay for the night if they need to, if they missed the last taxi or whatever it might be. It's also just a really nice spot to visit. So I'm excited for the thought of having volunteers come and visit me because I'm in such a site. It's also it has an airport, which is awesome, but probably not going to be using it very much because it is a smaller city, so it's more expensive airport to fly out of. I still need to look and see if there's any cheap places that I can get to from where I was at, but Marrakesh is only 4 hours away, so that will probably be the main hub of which I fly out of, and flights out of there are pretty cheap, which is really cool. And well, not but another fun fact is to get from YZ where I am. See if I can. Oh, I should show you some more pictures of this area. I'm honestly I'm showing you pictures of what's showed up, but I can't be positive that this isn't. So like YZ is known for like being the Hollywood of Morocco. So they've got a lot of, I mean, these areas that are preserved historical sites that aren't necessarily right in where it's at, but are around it and are used for shooting. So some of the things that we're known for down there. But anyway, right. So between Ouarzazate and Marrakesh is the High Atlas Mountains, and there is a famous pass called Tishka. I think it's called Tishka Pass, which is known for being beautiful and very trepidous. What is that? What is the word I was looking for? Oh my gosh, why can't I think of the word? Um, Not intrepid. Oh gosh, I had it and then it came up. Trepidous. Um, I don't want to say dangerous, but sort of sketchy. But it is also being improved right now. I'm being told that the whole road is getting a facelift of sorts, and that's how I'm going to get there. Is through that pass originally, because I'm going to be going back to our hub in Meknes in a little over a week, and that will be the end of my stay in Ainla. I'll say goodbye to my family and my CB teammates who have also gotten their sites. And then from Meknes, I'll take a train to, so if you're picturing the map of Morocco, if it means anything to you, say I'm here, Meknes is here, Casablanca. This is hard to do because this is also backwards. Casablanca's here. This is the coast. So I'd go to Rabat and then Casablanca, and then down to Marrakesh, and then here's the Atlas Mountains, the High Atlas Mountains. So then I'll go over that to Ouarzazate. So that'll just be a long day of travel. But what's nice is that because it's a big site, I buy one ticket, and that ticket is the entire train, and then also the bus that goes from Marrakesh to Ouarzazate. Um, so for a lot of reasons, I have a lot to be thankful for, and I have a lot of opportunities. It also means that I get there and I really have to figure out like what do I want to do with my service, because I could do a lot, which is a good problem to have. But it's exciting. I could work with like non-governmental organizations that are there. I can do the publishing um, thing. Um, a lot. There's a lot that I have in front of me in the next 2 years. And I'm really thankful to be in such a big place. If you have no associations with Ouarzazate, I encourage you to look it up, and I'll maybe include some information in the write-up about it. If you have any questions, let me know. I've covered a lot of the things that I think I wanted to. I talked about how it was pretty hot and dry. Oh, I could have used this map the whole time. They've got a nice little map for me. When I was explaining to you and I did a pretty good job, I think. Meknes to, I guess we bypass Rabat. So Rabat's like up here. So Meknes to Casablanca to Marrakesh here. And then, oh no, rather Marrakesh here. Sorry everyone. Marrakesh here. And then Mars is right there. So in all, apparently it's about a 9-hour drive, but I'll be taking a train and then a taxi. So, oh, the other thing is that it's a Tashelhit speaking site, so there's Berber languages all throughout Morocco. Some of them are Tamazight, some of them are Tashelhit, some of them are the other one that I can't remember the name of. They speak Tashahit in this one. So I might need to learn just some words in a new language, but uh, I mean, uh, especially like in the university and in professional settings, I could probably speak English and French, and then Arabic. I imagine I'll be able to get around with pretty easily. I've got all the information on my host family here. So I've got, I think it was 2 brothers and a sister. Um, it's seeming like I'm going to be in a family with a decent amount of or decent means again. So here I was thinking that I was unprepared in being in my family here having a lot. Apparently it's going to be more or less the same. I don't say that to like rub it in. In fact, I kind of I was looking forward to the other experience, but this is also really exciting. Um, if you had any questions, let me know. I'm gonna do some more looking up and more tying up of loose ends now that everything's coming to a close. And thank you for joining me for tea. Not tea, I guess. Thank you for joining me in any case. And until next time, have a good one.